Hi, welcome to another edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. It's been a while since I did a regular haul video. The summer is the time of the year where I really do a lot of shopping. I am very blessed. I live on Long Island, New York. I have a lot of local record stores that are always selling used CDs for really cheap, even used vinyl for pretty cheap. I have flea markets, I have estate sales, and I have yard sales, and I am out all the time. Every time I have a day off or one day over the weekend, I am out there hitting my spots. When I started my channel 5 years ago, I said this is the golden age of buying used CDs. And it is. And when I show you my haul videos, I tell you what I pay. And I hope it doesn't annoy you, but I'm trying to make a point. For one thing, I've gotten comments every once in a while that it must be really nice to be rich. And I am so far from rich, it's not funny. I live in a small house, and I live on a really tight budget, and I still work at the age of 62. I'm never going to be able to retire. So I am far from rich. But I can find the deals out there because I love this. If I could make a living doing this, I would do it. I love getting out there and hunting for physical media that's used, and there's deals out there where you live. I know some of the European people that watch my channel, they go to charity shops, they get better deals than me. They're out there at thrift stores and yard sales and estate sales, even if you don't have local record stores by you. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the most recent stuff that I've gotten over the last 2 months, mostly from stores, because I've gotten some incredible deals, and I'm going to show it to you. So one of the stores I go to a lot is a store called Looney Tunes. I brought Steve Harold out there. He's got a YouTube channel, came to visit me, came to my house, and we went out there. And I'm going to show you a stack of CDs here. And they had, for Father's Day, over a week period of time, they had a 50% off sale. And I bought this stack of CDs. The first time I went, it cost $5.44. And the other time I went, it cost a whopping $16.85. A lot of these CDs were 99-cent CDs, but everything was 50% off, so they were 50 cents. So let me show you what I got. And some of them are pretty great. Some are just okay. I'm a really big fan of Dan Fogelberg. I don't know if you're familiar with this series. These are imports, definitive collection. But these are 2 CD sets. And I love Dan Fogelberg, and I have a bunch of his stuff. And there's a lot of material on here, and I already played it. And it's an import, which here in the United States is always fun to find. But I listen to Dan Fogelberg a lot, and that's a good collection. Now, this is an interesting one for you Beatles fans. Now, of course, I already have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I got it 3 times. I got original CD release, and then I got the remastered in the stereo box, and then the mono box. But these are these Russian gray market kind of bootleg ones. And why did I buy this? Well, for one thing, it was 99 cents. I don't know if you can see that. So it cost me 50 cents. But I didn't need another copy of Sgt. Pepper's. But this is the only time I've ever seen that Beatles anthology album. It was their first hits album that they ever put out. I think it came out in 1966, maybe. A collection of golden oldies. The Beatles never officially released that on CD. So you got to get it on this like gray market bootleg Russian import kind of a thing. All of this fits on one CD. It sounds great. Got to tell you something. It's a great sounding CD. They put it on like Parlophone, and even Sgt. Pepper sounded great. And the booklet's actually pretty cool too. It's got folds out like this. That's the Sgt. Pepper side. You got some stuff from the other side. A collection of golden oldies. This was a really cool find, and glad to have it in my collection. And the fact that it was only 50 cents, well, that makes it even sweeter. So that was a cool find. Now what happens is some of these record stores, they don't want to sell bootlegs, so if they have some, they'll just stick them out there just to get rid of them for like $1. This was a nice one. This is Abco, the Rolling Stones Remastered Series. This is a promo. And those are the songs that are on it. I have all of those remastered SACD Stones releases from Outgo. So this is a promo disc. And this is not a particularly easy one to find. I already had it, but yeah, I wanted it again for my collection because that's right, it was 50 cents. So pretty cool. Let's stick you over there. Here's the Stones bootleg they had, and it was 99 cents. Somebody had it marked $8.99, but they had it 99 cents, 50% off. And this is a good series called Time Trip, and this is volume 4. And this is from Beggar's Banquet and their Satanic Majesties and some stuff from Let It Bleed. And these are all outtakes, alternate versions. You got the Silvers, got Mick Jagger on vocals. Yeah, it's a good collection. This is really for big Stones fans. This is not the kind of thing you're going to listen to all that much. But it was 50 cents. I call this an upgrade. I only had one Barbra Streisand album. It's the Broadway album, and I don't really care for it, but I love her version of Somewhere, which is from West Side Story. One of my all-time favorite songs, and her version is extraordinary. So I got this for 50 cents because this has Somewhere on it, and it's got some other commercial tracks. I actually listened to this twice the other day, and I got to tell you, I actually kind of enjoyed it. These are good songs, some of them with Barry Gibb. But Somewhere is worth the price of admission alone, and now I can dump the Broadway album. So there you go, 50 cents. All right, let's talk some more 50-cent albums. Here is a Beatles bootleg. I have not listened to this one yet. It's called The Alternate Rubber Soul. And there's what it looks like. And these are silvers. These are real bootlegs. And again, I found this at the record store. They do not sell bootlegs, so they just wanted to dump them. And this has got a whole lot of stuff on there, 30 tracks. And so I have not heard this one yet. I've been listening to a bunch of these because I've had some of them for a while. I got this. It was 50 cents. I don't know about you, but I could find the music of Native Americans with those flutes and pan flutes and things like that sometimes to be really relaxing. When I have a very stressful day and I hate the world and I come home and sometimes I just want to lay on the couch and chill out to some nice jazz or sometimes even Native American music. So I picked up this. It was only 50 cents. All right. Let's see some more. All right. These are still dollar CDs that I got for 50 cents. Check this one out. This is a... how did I find this one there? Ringo Starr's Greatest Hits. And this is a 2 CD set right there. And this is one of those gray market CDs. I find these out there at a lot of record stores, actually. This thing has got, I can't even see straight, 24. This has got like 45 songs on it, his whole career. And it's a nice looking disc. It's got beautiful packaging, and there's the CDs. And I already have that one first Ringo Starr Greatest Hits, but it's got like 10 songs or 12 songs. This is certainly more Ringo Starr than I'll ever need, but for 50 cents, folks, that's a hell of a deal. And Steve Harold, if you're watching my channel, I thought of you when I found this. This was a dollar CD, which I also got for 50 cents. I know of them, but I've never heard them. Pearl Harbor and the Explosions. Let me know if this is any good. But this was $1, Steve, at Looney Tunes, where I took you. And this has got lots of bonus tracks. And I picked it up because I've never seen it in the wild. And my hunch is that this goes for a pretty penny, because this is definitely not a common CD. And it's beautifully done. And that's the CD. And Steve Harold in particular loves this kind of music, I believe. And this has got a beautiful booklet. And this is one of those when you go hunting out there and you're going through the dollar racks and you spot this and you're like, wow, can't believe that was there. And there it was. So that's pretty cool. Pearl Harbor and the Explosions. That's I'll never find that again. All right, those are all the dollar ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, 9 of them. Cost me 50 cents a piece. All right. This is what I call an upgrade. This was not $1. This was $4.99, 50% off, so like $2.50. John Lennon's Mind Games, but this is the, if you can see it there, this is the digitally remixed and remastered version with some bonus tracks. And I already had this album from decades ago. I picked this up really thinking with the idea that maybe it'll be better, you know, with the remix. Comes with a really nice booklet and with the artwork. So they did a really nice job on this. So I'm really happy to have it. And I'm going to dump that old scratchy vinyl. Already did dump that old scratchy vinyl. And this is a beautiful, huge booklet and the bonus tracks and their home demos. And it does sound brighter to me. It sounds more lively. I certainly don't think it's a particularly really good album. I think it's just okay. Title track is really good, but overall I don't think it's a particularly strong John Lennon album. But good to have. I mean, I already had it, but now it's an upgrade. All right, here's another upgrade. This is Paul McCartney and Egypt Station. And this was $5.99, 50% off, so it cost me $3. This is called the Explorers Edition. Now, I already had Egypt Station, this version, which was that version. But I call these an upgrade, and I'll get rid of that other version because this is a 2 CD set. I don't particularly think this is a great album. It's just for me, another typical latter-day McCartney album that I've played the required 5 times and then have difficulty remembering what the hell's on it, to be honest with you. But this one, 2 discs gives me a chance to revisit it, and it's got some live stuff on there. So, good to have. It's what I call an upgrade. And for $3 for the 2 CD set, I think it's worth it. 2 more. I have never owned a Tears for Fears album. And I know they're really critically respected. So this was a latter-day best of called Shout, the very best of Tears for Fears. It has all the songs from the original best of, plus some other ones. Really covers more of their whole career, 17 tracks. And in fact, I'm actually looking forward to listening to that. I'm always up for expanding my horizons. And this is probably all I'm going to need from Tears for Fears. But this is a nice set. Nice booklet. And again, it cost me, wow, look at that. That's like the huge liner notes. Huge liner notes. That's right, David Kunsley. You caught me that one day when I was looking through my lens over there, that microscopic lens, because I'm old. I got old man eyes. I'll have to use that for this. But for $2.50, I'm looking forward to checking out Tears for Fears. I do like a lot of their songs. It's one of those bands that just I never bought their stuff for some reason. And this one I'm really looking forward to. You know I'm a big fan of classic Yes, and one of my favorite live albums is Yes Songs. And in fact, Yes Songs is probably my most played Yes album. And many years back, they released a box set of all the shows they recorded live from those tours. And mostly the same songs. I'm like, I don't need that. The same songs over and over again. But then they released Progeny, Highlights from 72, which is a 2-disc set of the highlights of that box set. I've never seen it out in the wild. So I saw this. It said $14.99, 50% off. So it cost me like $7.50. And I realized I'm never going to find this again. So there it is. 2-disc set. The best of that box set, and I'm really excited to listen to it because I love Yes Songs. To this day, I love Yes Songs. But of course, the fidelity could be better, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as people say it is. It's been digitally remastered as best they could. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one sounds. Really looking forward to it. It's got a little booklet in here. So that was a great find, and that was the most expensive out of those 50% off Father's Day sale. That would cost like $7.50. So there you go. All of that stuff for like $22 or something like that over the course of a month. So that's life on a budget, finding great stuff, relatively great stuff, and only because I had a 50% off sale. But I find these dollar CDs all the time. If you watch my channel, you know that. Now, 2 other major purchases I got, and they both from the same store. It's a store called Unique on Long Island. They have 2 of them, at least 2 of them, and it's like a thrift store. And people trade stuff in there, they donate it, and then they sell it for pretty cheap. And every once in a while, I will find. That's where I found that whole Elton John collection. Maybe you remember that from a couple years ago. These collector CDs, I found them there. Anyway, for all you Whitesnake fans, I am not a huge Whitesnake fan, but I couldn't pass this puppy up. This is the 1987 30th anniversary edition, and this has all of this stuff here. And this has got 4 CDs and a DVD of videos, and this goes for a good chunk of money. And I went to Unique that day because you heard that right. They had a 50% off sale. And I got this gigantic box set. And I'm going to open it up, and it's in mint condition. Let me open this up. And it comes with this big poster. I'll show you the poster right there. And let's see, it comes with a beautiful hardcover book, like that, and really nice. The whole history of this legendary album, Whitesnake, 1987. The whole history of it. This is a beautiful book. It's actually, I paid $8 for this box, so I don't know what the hell it goes for, but for $8, that was a good deal. They had it for $15.99, and I was like, 50% off? Okay. Sold. And it's got all the 45s and everything like that. This is a beautiful box set. And then it's got this thing, which has all the lyrics. And it's got all the discs. And the gatefold, there's that one, the original album, and this is called Snakeskin Boots Live on Tour, like that. And I watched the DVD actually, that's what I watched, and that was really good. Making of videos, and it had the videos, and Tony Katane, is that her name? She was in there, and of course, she passed away. Unfortunately, didn't last for her, but there's that as well. And then this was the videos. This is the one that I watched, actually. So this was a great find, and like I said, I believe I paid $8 for this. Now, this is not the kind of find that I would find too often at a store like Unique, but there it was, and that was a great find. And I bought that, I don't know, a month or so ago. Now, one more I'm going to show you, and this one I had to think twice about it. The same store, Unique, and when you go to Unique, they have stickers. In fact, it looks like this. There's the sticker on this, and it says $64.99. And when I showed it to my wife, she's like, yeah, like you haven't paid $64.99 for anything in your life. And no, I don't. So, so they have stickers. And what they do is they'll have 75% off a color, 50% off a color, and 25% off a color. And it so happens the day I was there for this one, yellow was 75% off. So I think I paid $12. Do the math. I think it was around $12 for this box set. Now, this is my favorite period of Bruce Springsteen live, the 78 tour From Darkness on the Edge of Town. These were all the radio shows that he did when he broadcast those concerts live and everybody was recording them. He actually would say at the concert, all right, bootleggers, get your recorders ready. And there's 5 legendary shows. Now, I already had on CD 3 of them. So this was the debate I had, because I already had this one. This was the Passaic, New Jersey one. And I already had this one from the Roxy in Hollywood. They're all a little bit different. You know, Springsteen, some of the songs are the same. Performances are always a little bit different. But, and this was a bootleg of, they're all bootlegs. Or now I guess you'd call them gray market. This is from the Agora. These are, I guess you'd call gray market. So I already had 3 of them. So the question was, do I spend $12 and get this one where now I have all 5, and then maybe I'll try to sell those. So I decided to go for it. So this is really nice. This is what the back of it looks like. And they were selling it for $64.99, but the day I was there it was 75% off. And you open it up, clamshell box, and it's even got a really nice booklet right there with liner notes of each concert, what makes them all different. This is beautiful. Really nicely done. And these are 5 of the greatest shows you'll ever hear in your life. I mean, this is Springsteen and the E Street Band at their best. And each concert is disc 1, and it breaks down like that. So each concert, because he plays long shows, each concert gets 3 discs. And that's what it looks like. So I got this whole 5 concerts from 1978, Bruce Springsteen E Street Band from the Docks and Sargent Town for, I think, around $12 or $13. Let me know if my math is a little wrong. But, and then this is like a major upgrade. I'll get rid of the ones that I have over there. And that's how it works. So, pretty great finds that I wanted to show everybody. Again, I hope when I tell you the prices that I do never, ever, ever do I want you to feel that I'm like putting this in your face. It's not my point. Basically, I'm trying to show that this is, and I coined this phrase when I started my channel 5 years ago, this really is the golden age of buying CDs. You just got to be at the right place at the right time. And for me, I live for going out there and hunting for this stuff. I love it. I can't wait for me to be off so I can do it. So it's just so much fun when it works. Doesn't always work, but more often than not it does, especially in the summer. So that's what I got. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. I'm going to be doing another video in a couple of days because it was Father's Day and my wife and my kids did go crazy. And I put 5 things on my list with the expectation they'd get me maybe 2. And they got me all 5. Now that stuff was pricey, but I didn't pay for it. So there we go. That was with gifts. So anyway, stay tuned. Maybe I'll do that one Sunday night. Alrighty, it's Friday night. I hope you enjoyed your week, and I hope you enjoy the weekend. And let me know what you think about my haul. And I will see you next time on the Alan Rosenberg Show.